A human being is not only physically frail, easily affected by a banana peel, a human being is also morally challenged. I can be good, I can be bad. Sometimes I want to be good, sometimes I want to be bad. Angels are not like that. Animals are not like that. Only human beings. So again, the fact that I sin, the fact that I can misbehave, it's humbling. There are three very uncomfortable feelings. The wording, of course, is not precise because English words can be used very interchangeably. There's embarrassment, not a nice feeling. There is shame, not a nice feeling. And there's guilt, not a nice feeling. What is the difference between them? Possibly. Embarrassment means I have exposed my frailties. For example, if I slip on a banana peel in public and I'm flat on my back and everybody's laughing, that's embarrassment. Anytime my imperfections, my humanness is exposed, it's embarrassing. Now, I didn't do anything wrong morally. I didn't cause anything wrong. I'm human. I said something accidentally, that was embarrassing. I was wearing something embarrassing. My socks weren't matching or whatever. So embarrassment means simply, I'm human. We don't like that exposed. So if I slip on a banana peel, what am I displaying? The frailties of a human being. A banana peel can knock me down. Or if I forget something, I'm forgetful. Just human limitation. Exposed causes embarrassment. Shame is a little more moral. I'm ashamed if I do something that is not acceptable, even if I do it by accident. But, when we say shame on you, nobody says that for slipping on a banana peel. You walk into the wrong door. You're looking for a meeting. You walk into the wrong door, and it's embarrassing. Nobody says shame on you. When do we say shame on you? You did something you should have known better. You know it's wrong and you did it. Shame on you. So shame is more like a moral issue. You misbehaved. And again, that can even be accidental. You accidentally stole something. But it's still shameful because the act is inappropriate and unacceptable. Then there's guilt, which is the most complicated. Usually when a person says guilty, he means responsible. Who is the guilty party? Who broke the window? Whoever broke the window is guilty. In other words, it's your fault. You did it. You caused damage. A little deeper, at times at least, when a person says, I feel guilty, it doesn't mean it's my fault that I am responsible. See, it can mean I caused the damage, or it can mean I'm the one who's damaged. Before I continue with my monologue, where I do all the talking, I want to invite you to a VIP session, a Zoom session, in which we get together to actually have a conversation and discuss all things Jewish, all things holy, all things healthy. So click on the link below and join us where we can have a two-way conversation. So a person can feel guilty even though he's not responsible. What is he feeling guilty about? I'm damaged. I did something and now I'm not as valuable as I used to be. I'm not as respectable as I used to be. I'm not as lovable as I used to be. That involves other people or someone other than yourself. To whom are you no longer acceptable? Who won't love you anymore? A child who's molested can claim to feel guilty. And no matter how many times you say, it's not your fault, it's not your fault, you're not guilty, they continue to feel guilty. Because in this case, they don't mean it's my fault. They know it's not. And yet, who's damaged? So if you feel that you've been diminished in the eyes of God, in the eyes of others, that's the feeling of guilt. Obviously, if it's also my fault, then I'm really diminished. So that I think is a useful definition of these three embarrassed feelings. The the alternative, or maybe even the antidote, person is suffering from embarrassment, person is suffering from shame, person is suffering from guilt. So in the case of guilt, who is it that you think or assume is not going to love you as before or as could have been? Ask them. Don't assume. You think God doesn't like you anymore? Ask him. What does God say about people who make mistakes, who do bad things? And if he says, I can forgive you, then problem solved. Guilt always means someone else. To say, I don't forgive myself is nonsense. You're not in a position to forgive yourself because you've been diminished in someone else's perception or perspective. Ask them. But in all three of them, shame, embarrassment, and guilt, it is always helpful to switch from humiliation to humility. With embarrassment, for example, you slipped on a banana peel. How humiliating. Well, not really. It's humbling. It's humbling. Yes, you are merely human. Why humiliation? Turn it into humility. You can't deny the fact that you're human and fallible. So what does it do? It doesn't embarrass and humiliate. It humbles. A humble person won't feel humiliated. He'll just feel humbled, which is a good feeling. The same with shame. You did something really wrong. You knew better and you did it anyway. So shame on you. Now, that can again feel either humiliating or humbling. A human being is not only physically frail, easily affected by a banana peel. A human being is also morally challenged. I can be good, I can be bad. Sometimes I want to be good, sometimes I want to be bad. Angels are not like that. Animals are not like that. Only human beings. So again, the fact that I sin, the fact that I can misbehave, it's humbling. And that is much better than humiliating. And with guilt as well. It may be your fault, but you're not perfect. You're not an angel. And it may be that you're damaged. Well, who isn't? Is that not part of the human experience? We suffer traumas. We get diminished in our own significance and in other people's eyes. Yes, that is human. So I think that if a person was realistic about themselves to begin with, yes, I'm damaged. Yes, I'm frail. Yes, I can get embarrassed. And yes, I can be guilty. I can hurt and I can be hurt. Wait, is that a surprise? Am I unique? How about if we start our day with an admission? I know I'm going to mess up. I'm already messed up. I'm a damaged human being. I am flawed. I am traumatized. How could I not be? The world is what it is, and it does what it does. Now, being flawed, damaged, and imperfect, what can I do that is meaningful, significant, valuable, true? I don't have to be those things to do those things. So a very flawed, very imperfect human being can do perfect things. A very tiny, insignificant human being can do awesomely huge things. That's the reality. So God created us small, insignificant, and frail, and then gives us a Torah and says, you can change the world. You can partner with me in creation and be a co-creator. Am I not too small for that? No. Am I not too damaged for that? No. So should I devote myself to undoing the damage, or should I just go ahead and make the world a better place? What's the question? Make the world a better place. You'll be helping everybody, and it'll all come back to you, and you will have helped yourself as well. So no despair, no giving up. No one is a total failure, because if God gives you a day of life, it means you can change the world. If you enjoyed this conversation or this topic, and you're looking for more information, or you want to hear it again from another angle, there's a way to do that. And that is in this book. It's all there. Order it from Amazon. You can read it, reread it, and share it.